Have you ever scrolled through TikTok or Instagram and seen those viral posts? The ones that talk about Black King energy, or lists of reasons why dating a black man is a whole different experience. The comments are always flooded with thousands of women saying, "It's so true," and "This is exactly it." But it got me thinking, what's actually behind that? Beyond the viral trends and the hype, what is the real human connection that so many women from all backgrounds are talking about? What are the authentic qualities that they're genuinely drawn to? In this video, we're not here to stereotype or generalize. We're here to have a real conversation about appreciation, the heartfelt reasons, the shared experiences, and the undeniable truths that so many women have expressed. This is about understanding the why on a deeper level. So, let's talk about it. Let's be real and address the giant elephant in the room right up front. When this topic comes up, a certain set of images and ideas immediately spring to mind for a lot of people, fed to us by decades of pop culture, media, and, let's be honest, a lot of lazy stereotypes. We've all heard them: the hyper-focused emphasis on physicality, the assumption of innate athleticism, the caricature of aggression, or the reduction of an entire group of diverse men to a single, crude acronym. These tropes are not just oversimplified, they're dehumanizing. They take a complex, individual human being and flatten him into a two-dimensional concept, and that's a problem on so many levels. It creates unrealistic expectations, fosters objectification, and completely misses the point of what actually builds a meaningful connection between two people. But here's what we discovered when we actually started listening to the women who are in these relationships. When they talk about what draws them in and what keeps them committed, those superficial stereotypes are almost never the main event. In fact, most of the women we spoke to expressed a real frustration with that narrative. One woman put it perfectly. She said, "I hate that people reduce it to just one thing. It makes it sound so cheap and superficial, when what I have with him is the deepest connection of my life. It's about his character, his mind, the way he moves through the world." Another told us, "It's so much more than that. It's about a feeling of security, of being understood, of being with someone who is genuinely comfortable in his own skin." The conversation quickly moved from the physical to the profound, from what someone looks like to who they actually are. This isn't to say that physical attraction isn't a part of the equation. It is in any relationship. But the key distinction is that for the women sharing their experiences, the attraction they described was holistic. It wasn't about isolating a single trait. It was about being drawn to the entire person. The confidence they carried themselves with, the warmth in their smile, the way they listened, the way they treated others, these were the things that were consistently brought up as the real magnets. The pop culture obsession with simplistic tropes is like focusing solely on the wrapping paper on an incredibly thoughtful gift. It might be shiny and get your attention initially, but it's the substance inside that you truly cherish. So, if the tired old stereotypes are just the wrapping paper, what's actually inside the box? What are these deeper qualities that women are consistently pointing to? Let's break it down. When we talk about confidence, it's important to distinguish between the kind that's performative and the kind that's deeply rooted. The confidence that so many women described isn't about arrogance or bravado. It's something far more substantial. It's a quiet, steady knowingness that comes from a place of having had to navigate a world that isn't always welcoming. Think about it. To move through life constantly being underestimated or having to code switch and still hold your head high requires a profound level of self-awareness and inner strength. That isn't a confidence that's just given. It's earned through experience and resilience. It shows up in the way a man carries himself, not in a way that seeks approval, but in a way that says, "I know who I am, and that is enough." For a partner, that is incredibly attractive. It's stabilizing. There's a sense that you're with someone who is solid in their own identity, which means you don't have to constantly prop them up or manage their ego. They've done their own work, and that allows for a relationship built on mutual respect, not neediness. This foundational confidence naturally translates into a powerful sense of security, and this was a point that came up again and again. But it's crucial to understand that this isn't about some stereotypical idea of aggression or hypermasculinity. In fact, it's the opposite. The security women described is about a presence of strength that feels protective, not threatening. It's the feeling that your partner is both capable and deeply attentive. It's the man who walks on the street side of the sidewalk without making a show of it. It's the one who can de-escalate a tense situation with a calm word rather than escalate it with a loud one. It's the profound emotional security of knowing that when you're vulnerable, when you share your fears or your struggles, he won't dismiss them or see them as a weakness. He'll meet you with a steady compassion that makes you feel safe to be your complete, unfiltered self. It's that unwavering sense that he is truly in your corner, that he sees protecting your peace and your heart as a privilege, not a duty. It's the ultimate reassurance that you're not navigating life's challenges alone. There's an undeniable magnetism that comes from a strong sense of self-expression, and this is an area where the influence of Black culture is simply unparalleled. We're talking about a deep, ingrained sense of style and swagger that has, let's be honest, become the global blueprint for what cool looks and feels like. From the precision of a fresh haircut and the intentionality of a tailored outfit to the effortless way of moving through a room, there's an artistic touch to everyday presentation. But to simply call it fashion would be to miss the point entirely. For many women, the attraction isn't to a specific pair of shoes or a brand, it's to the confidence and cultural identity that those choices represent. It's the manifestation of a rich history of using style as a form of communication, resilience, and pride. Being with someone who has that inherent sense of self, who understands the power of presentation and owns it so completely, is incredibly attractive. It feels like being let in on a secret, connected to a pulse of creativity and innovation that is constantly evolving. This extends far beyond the visual into something much harder to define but impossible to ignore: the vibe. It's a certain rhythm to life itself. It's in the humor, that quick-witted, often self-deprecating banter that can turn a mundane moment into an inside joke. It's in the music that seems to be a default setting, the innate sense of rhythm that makes a simple car ride feel like a scene from a movie. There's an energy that is both vibrant and comforting, a way of finding joy and celebration in the everyday. This vibe is about a particular approach to life that prioritizes connection, expression, and not taking yourself too seriously all the time. For a partner, this is infectious. It's the ability to lighten your mood after a hard day, to turn a boring Saturday into a dance party in the kitchen, to communicate with a look that says everything. It's that feeling of being truly plugged into the present moment, sharing a laugh that is yours alone, and experiencing a version of life that feels just a little more vibrant, authentic, and full of soul. One of the most pervasive and frankly inaccurate stereotypes is the idea of the emotionally stoic Black man, silent and unreadable. The real-life experiences shared with us painted a picture that is not just different, but often the complete opposite. What many women described was a refreshing and profound emotional availability that they hadn't consistently found elsewhere. This isn't about a performative or fragile sensitivity, but a grounded capacity for genuine emotional expression and, just as importantly, emotional reception. It shatters the narrow box of traditional masculinity, revealing a depth that is both surprising and deeply comforting. This ability to be vulnerable, to not see feelings as a weakness, creates a level of intimacy and trust that is the absolute foundation of a strong partnership. It allows for a real, raw connection where both people can show up as they are, without pretense. This depth manifests beautifully in two key ways. The first is a powerful preference for honest and direct communication. Many women expressed immense relief at the lack of mind games. As one woman put it, "What you see is what you get." He doesn't play games or make me decode mixed signals. If something is wrong, we talk about it. If he appreciates me, he tells me. That clarity is everything. This directness isn't bluntness, it's a form of respect. It says, "You deserve the truth, and I trust you enough to handle it, and I trust us enough to work through it." It eliminates the exhausting guesswork that plagues so many modern relationships and builds a partnership where problems are addressed head-on as a team. Secondly, this emotional capacity is deeply tied to a vibrant sense of passion. The same intensity and fire that might be channeled into their convictions, their career, or their hobbies very often translates directly into how they love and communicate within a relationship. This is a passion that is all in. When they are happy, their joy is infectious and full. When they are debating a topic they care about, their energy is captivating. And when they love, they do so with a wholehearted commitment that is both powerful and reassuring. It's a love that isn't whispered but is felt in every action and word. This expressive passion makes the relationship feel alive and dynamic, a space where feelings are not just acknowledged but are fully experienced and celebrated together. It's the difference between simply hearing the words, "I love you," and feeling them unequivocally in your bones. In a world that can often feel transient and conditional, the value of unwavering loyalty stands out as a beacon of security. This is a quality that was mentioned with near universality in the conversations we had. It's often described with phrases like, "When you're in," or that powerful concept of riding for your partner. This isn't a passive loyalty, it's an active, chosen, and fiercely protective commitment. It means knowing that your partner is your biggest advocate, the one who will stand beside you not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. There's a profound sense of safety that comes from this. It's the knowledge that you are on the same team, that external challenges or disagreements will be handled internally with respect, and that his commitment to you is not a fleeting emotion but a steadfast choice he makes every single day. This creates a foundation of trust so solid that it allows the relationship to truly flourish, free from the nagging doubts and insecurities that can erode a connection. This deep-seated loyalty naturally extends beyond the couple to encompass a broader, deeply held value of family. But family here is defined in its widest, most inclusive sense. It's about more than just blood relations. It's about community and the concept of a chosen family. There's a cultural emphasis on togetherness, on Sunday dinners, on knowing your cousins and respecting your elders, that creates a warm, enveloping sense of belonging. For a partner, this is incredibly meaningful. As one woman shared, "He's not just dating me, he makes an effort to know my people and brings me into his world. It feels like building something real." You're not just entering a relationship with one person, you're being welcomed into a fold. This intentional effort to integrate and build bonds with each other's families signals a long-term vision. It shows an investment in building a shared future and understanding that a strong relationship is rooted in a strong community. It transforms the partnership from a simple romance into a truly interconnected life. Beyond the profound depths of loyalty and the steadying presence of confidence, there exists another vital layer to these connections, one that is often the very glue that holds everything together, a celebrated and irresistible sense of humor and joy. This isn't just about telling jokes, it's about a fundamental approach to life. It's a resilient, vibrant energy that has been cultivated in Black culture as a form of strength and survival, a way to find light even when things are difficult. This translates into an incredible ability to not take life, or themselves, too seriously all the time. There's a witty, quick, and often self-aware banter that keeps things light and engaging. It's that ability to crack the perfect joke at the right moment to break the tension, to turn a frustrating situation into a funny story to tell later, and to find the absurdity in the everyday. This creates a relationship atmosphere that isn't just about weathering storms together, but about genuinely enjoying the sunny, ordinary days in between. This shared laughter is powerfully magnetic and connective. It's incredibly attractive to be with someone who can make you laugh until your stomach hurts, who can pull you out of a bad mood with a silly dance in the kitchen, or who shares that same understanding of a cultural punchline. These moments of pure, unadulterated joy are the memories you cling to. They are the inside jokes that become your personal shorthand, the funny videos you send each other throughout the day, and the feeling of being completely at ease and happy in each other's presence. This lightness doesn't diminish the seriousness of the commitment. It actually makes it sustainable. It ensures that the relationship is not only a safe harbor but also a source of constant fun and delight. It's the recognition that while life is hard, partnership shouldn't always be. This incredible capacity to create and share joy, to prioritize fun and connection, is often the secret ingredient, the undeniable it factor, that makes the journey together not just meaningful, but truly and wonderfully enjoyable. But now, we truly want to hear from you. This conversation is so much richer with more voices and experiences. So, let us know in the comments below, what resonates with you the most? Were there qualities we discussed that you deeply value in a partner, or perhaps something entirely different that you think is essential? Let's keep this conversation going in a way that is as respectful and insightful as the stories that were shared here today. Your perspective is what makes this community so valuable. If this exploration into connection and understanding resonated with you, if it offered a new perspective or even just affirmed something you already felt, then please do let us know. Hitting that like button really helps us know what content matters most to you. And if you want to join us for more deep dives into the real stories behind relationships, culture, and human connection, then definitely subscribe to the channel and tap that notification bell. That's how you make sure you don't miss what's coming next.